Hello everybody, my name is Rahul and in this video we'll be looking at a Tryhackme room called Annie. The description says that remote access comes in different flavors. So let's just hop onto this machine. I've already started it. This is a normal page. Description says do your usual recon, go for some vulnerability research and exploit this box already. So I've already ran an map scan, but before that what I like to tell you that you can start off with a rest scan tag A followed by the IP address, and straight away you'll see that you've got port 22 open, and sooner or later you'll find a couple of other ports listed here as well. Now the reason I always tell you to run rest scan first is that it is a bit faster, a lot faster I would say, than nmap. Yeah, you might have to run it twice because sometimes it's so fast that you can leave away some ports, but that's definitely worth it. It'll save you a lot of time. Now due to some reason I think I'm facing some issues, but I've already run it. So once you've got all the ports, you can type in nmap tag A, tag sc, tag sv, tag p, ports, the ports that you want to look for, and followed by the IP address. So the port that I found were tag sv, tag p, 22 and 7070, and all I have to do is type in the IP address tag on if I want to export them, and nmap.text. Now since I've already done it, what I'll do is cat nmap. Now you'll see that we did find port 22 open, and the other port that was open was 7070. Now you'll see a couple of other ports opening and closing, but you don't have much to do with any of them. So here you'll see that it says real server. Now what is it? There could be a lot of things going on, and again it has a question mark towards it. So let's just look at the SSL certificate here. Now it says common name is AnyDesk client. So this, as you can guess, has AnyDesk installed. So what is AnyDesk? AnyDesk lets you communicate or remotely access another computers. It's just sort of like RDP, but way a lot easier. You do not have to configure anything. Just download the client and you're good to go. So we know that there's AnyDesk running, but we do not have the version number. So what do you do here? So what I did here was I made a brute force approach, because if you try to connect to AnyDesk, you'll not be able to connect. So what you can do is type in AnyDesk port 7070, and what I did here was typed in exploit, and if I hit enter, you'll see that straight away we get this packet security, this exploit from packet security. Now what I'll do here is I'll copy the exploit and nano exploit.py and control O. Now you'll see here that the port mentioned here is port 5001. So I sort of changed it to 7070 because I knew that the port 7070 was active. But after going through this document, which is just below this, and you can even see that walkthrough of this exploit is being mentioned here. So what I did here was, first of all, let me tell you my my normal thing that I did. Copy in the IP address, and what I can do here is I'll just copy it out here, and we know that the port 7070 is open. And the next thing that we'll do is, here the guy says that you just have to make your own shellcode. So you can make it with the help of MSF Venom. It's quite handy if you are on a Linux machine. It comes pre-installed, but if you are on Mac or Windows, it won't. So let's just change the port to 1234. That is what I like, and the L host to my machine's IP, so which is 10.9.144.115. There we go. Now as you can see, the format is Python, and it is going to be a verbose one. So as you can see, this displays it out quite well. Now what we have to do is we have to remove the shellcode right here, because this was for some other IP address. So let us just remove it, get rid of it, and let me just copy the entire part out. Control C, Shift C, Control Shift V, and now let's just have a look at the exploit. Now if you look at the exploit, you'll see that the port number is 7070, and as soon as you run it, but let me just do a nc tag lvnp1234. Now as soon as you run it, you will not see any reverse shell popping up on your screen. The reason being that this is a TCP port. Now AnyDesk listens on two ports, port 7070 and port 5001. Now how did I know that? So as you know that in this exploit itself there was given a link. So if I follow that link, and because I had quite a rough time figuring it out, and you'll see that AnyDesk also runs on UDP port 5001, and that is when it made sense to me. So why is it 5001 right over here? So let's just again change it to, I'm sorry, it's not 5001, it's 50,001. And let's just, we've got a netcat session listening, and let's just type in python exploit.py. You'll see that it says reverse shell should connect back within 5 seconds. So let's just see if it listens to us. I've typed in ls. Let's see what happens within 5 seconds. Now you might face some difficulties, as so did I, but let's just hope that we get our reverse shell sooner. So still listening, and as you can see we get it right here. So let me just type in which python. Let's just see if python is installed. Yes. Let's just try to stabilize the cell. Python tag c import pty dot spawn bin bash. Now I'm not going to entirely stabilize because mine doesn't work. It will just give you a bunch of gibberish. So I'll just stop it right here, and as you can see we have a user.text. Now this is the user.text that we have been after. So let me just paste it right here, Control V. Now all we want is the root.txt file. So how do I find it? So there are a couple of things. You can type in sudo tag l to look for any things that the root user might have given you permissions for, or you can just go with this. Now you'll see that right away you get something suspicious, which is setcap. Now let's just wait and see if we get anything else right here. Now one of the other things that you can try to do is type in sudo tag l. Now there are a few things to look here. First of all, you'll have to consider that you'll either need a password. Sometimes you might need a password, sometimes you do not, but I've often seen that typing in sudo tag l will ask you for a password. Now you might not know the password. You can try to brute force, for example, root password. You can type in anything, and then it might or it might not show you what binaries you can run as root or any other user. So this is what I'm going to try next if this doesn't work out. But if I do not find anything, the only option that is left is trying in linpiece. But we know that we have setcap right here. Now what is setcap? So let's just see privilege escalation using setcap. Now what is setcap? We know that setuid bit set lets you run any program or any binary as a root user. Similarly, setcap lets you set capabilities. Now what are capabilities? So if a user or a root user doesn't want you to access all the functionalities of anything, it can let you set capabilities. So I'll not go into much detail because it will require another video of its own. So let's just see how you can set your own capabilities. Now we know that Python 3. So this is how you set your own capabilities. First of all, what you try to do is you locate the Python binary. I'll just try to exit it off. Now if you had a stable shell, which you can try to do using stty raw minus echo, I'll not do it right here because it will break my shell, and it always has. So you can try it on your own machine. So once you have it, what you can try to do is you can look for Python. You can copy the Python in your home directory, and you can set your own capabilities. So let me just do it here. So I know that my Python is going to be in user bin Python. So my which Python 3, as you can see, as I just said. So let's just copy user bin Python 3 here, and as you can see we have Python 3. Now the next step we have to do is we have to type in setcap capabilities. So setcap cap setuid plus ep home any python 3, and we have it set. So now how do you check if there are any capabilities? You can type in get cap tag r dot, because I want to look here in the current directory, and as you can see my python has the setuid bit set. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to type in python 3 tag c and this thing entirely. So now what is this doing? What this is doing is this is getting me setuid bit 0, and this is what I'm after. Okay, so this has somehow broken it. Let's just try to get our thing again. Let's type in ls again. I'm sure that we might have done something wrong. We'll just remove this part. Okay, I think I forgot this slash, and I should have changed it to should have made it executable in the first place. That is what I think is making it stop or crash entirely. Let's just try to run it again. As I just said, it might break and it might take a while for you to launch this again. And as you can see, we have it python 3 tag c import pty. So let's just not try this first. We know that we have this set. So what I'll do here is I'll just copy the entire line, control C, or I'll just paste it right here. Now if I type in who am I, you'll see that I'm root. So let's just go to root ls cat root.text, and as you can see we got the root binary as well, sorry, root flag as well. So thank you guys, this is it for the video.